Oh, hi. This is the newest book in my collection. The Tool Book. It's not written by Nick Offerman, but he's kindly written the foreword. A tool lover's guide to over 200 hand tools. Which is nice. Now I own a lot of tools, but I have yet to acquire all of them. And that is a long-term goal of mine. And if anything is made more than once, there's always a specialized tool for it. But seldom I don't know what it's called, at least not in English. And in Norwegian, I also often only know them by their nickname. And try googling Limp Donkey Dick. That's not tools. Or, well, that's a definition. Anyhow. So that's why this book needs to live in my workshop. And it needs to be somewhere where I can see it. Because if I don't see it, I'll forget about it and then I'll spend hours online looking for that thing I don't know what it's called. But it's a very nice book. Now I like my books old and used, and it's just a matter of time before this will get the patina that it really deserves. But in the meantime, I need somewhere to put it. So I'm thinking a frame. Maybe an open frame where I can take it out, look up whatever I need to look up, and then put it back again. But it also needs to be nice. Now I have some leftovers from that, well, IKEA diaper changing station video. So maybe I'll use some of those. Yeah. Limp Donkey Dick. I'm not even sure that is a tool. It's just the first word that came to mind. But it feels like it ought to be. So maybe one should make a tool instead of just being one. Well, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get this thing built instead of cleaning the workshop, which is a pain in the ass, always. So, this is where I fucked up. I wanted to use this steel bar as a retainer to keep the book from falling out, and I just eyeballed how deep into the frame it should be mounted. Turns out it was way too shallow. I couldn't even get the book out without bending it, and I also had some plans on putting some velvet or leather backing in the frame, which would make it even tighter. So I had to re-drill the holes and plug the old ones. Luckily, after some sanding, the mistakes were almost not visible. And then it was time for glue up. I'm using polyurethane glue here, and that actually uses the moisture in the wood to harden. And to help it along, I just add some water to the gluing surfaces and clamp it up. And when the glue is dried, it's just to remove the clamps and peel off some of the excess glue. and then test to see if everything fits. Here you can see me making the attachment system for the frame. I have a French cleat system in my workshop and I'm planning on hanging this frame on those. Which means I have to make some cleats to put on the backside of the frame. Now I was contemplating for a second to screw the cleat to the backside of the frame, making it detachable for a later stage. But since this is plywood, I thought I'd just as well glue it on. If I need to remove it at a later stage, I just peel it off, and worst case scenario, I just ruin one layer of ply, which is gonna be on the backside of the frame, which no one will see ever. And when that was all done, it was time for the backing cloth. Originally I was going for something like red velvet or something similar, but then I remembered I had some fake leather laying around, which I never got around to use for anything. So this would be a perfect opportunity to just get rid of it. And luckily, it turned out really great. What didn't turn out great was this camera angle. Really hammering in how my hairline is receding. Well, nothing I can do about that. Unless I want to start a YouTube channel about making toupees. But I already feel that's a thing. So I'll stick to what I do. Which I really don't know what is. Anyhow. And as the piece de resistance, I make a sign for it. Which is just an aluminium strip where I hammer in the letters before nailing it to the frame. And that's it.